Hello there, my fellow friends. Thanks to the opportunity given through the Friends Project, I'm honored to present one of the special races with rich cultural values and also one of my favorite culture to you guys, which we call the Peranakans. Peranakan is a sub-ethnic group defined by their genealogical descent from the first wave of Chinese settlers in the Malay Peninsula and Indonesian archipelago. The Peranakan culture, especially in the dominant Peranakan center of Malacca, Singapore and Penang, is characterized by its unique hybridization of ancient Chinese culture with the local culture of the Nusantara region, result in a century-long history of transculturation and inter-ethnic marriage. The popular account of the Peranakan Chinese sometimes states exclusive descent from the royal retinue of a purported Ming Dynasty princess Hang Lipo, mentioned in the Malay annals as having a marriage of alliance with the Sultan of Malacca in the 50th century. But the historical evidence for this claim is unreliable. The Peranakan often used to refer specifically to the Peranakan Chinese, also sometimes referred as street Chinese or street-born Chinese. In Malaysia, Peranakan address themselves as Baba Nyonya. Nyonya is the term for Peranakan woman, while Baba is for the Peranakan man. Most of them have lived for generations along the streets of Malacca. Back in the old days, many of them were elites of the society, usually traders, middlemen of the British and the Chinese or vice versa because they were mostly English educated, so they had the ability to speak two or more languages. So now, I'm going to introduce some of my favorite Peranakan kueh to you guys to stimulate your interest and learning more about Peranakan culture. The first kueh that I'm going to introduce is Ang Ku Kueh. Ang Ku Kueh means red tortoise cake in Hokkien. It is a superstar in the kueh world as it is many people's favorite and also the main food on almost every celebration and festival for Peranakan such as Chinese New Year, Baby First Full Month, and so on. Ang Ku Kueh has a chewy, bright orange-red skin and fragrant mung bean paste filling. It is commonly found and seen in most of the kueh stores at the market. Nowadays, it is reinvented into various sizes, shapes, and filling. But to me, nothing beats the classic red skin Ang Ku Kueh with mung bean paste filling combination. The second kueh is kueh lapis, so-called 9-layer cake or kueh lapis beras. It is easily identified because of its multicolored layer, which I like to eat it layer by layer separately. It has a very springy texture. I especially love the coconut milk aroma in the kueh. Based on my experience, one of the ways to test whether it is a qualified kueh lapis is by testing whether it can be torn into layers and springy enough to not stick to the teeth. Similar as Ang Ku Kueh, it is reinvented into many different combinations of color, but still the classic combination is red, orange, and white color. Normally, top layer of the kueh lapis will be removed after it is steamed. This is to remove the most wet layer and left the rest of the layer in soft and moist texture. The next kueh is kueh bingka ubi. Kueh bingka ubi is one of the most identifiable kueh because of its distinctive yellow tint and dark brown caramelized top. To make kueh bingka ubi, tuber of tapioca or cassava are finely grated, drained, and mixed with sugar, eggs, pandan, and coconut milk before being baked. After it is done baking, the kueh bingka ubi will have an inviting aroma. As for the appearance, the top and sides of kueh bingka ubi is crispy brown, while the inner part is semi-soft with springy texture. Kueh bingka ubi is one of the kueh that is served as offering to the kitchen god 1 week before the Chinese New Year. This is because the Chinese and Peranakan believe that the sweet kueh can seal the mouth of the kitchen god and bribe him into giving a pleasant report to the emperor. The last kueh is pulut tai tai, so-called kueh pulut tekan, which means compressed glutinous rice. As what its name means, it is a kueh which is made from steamed glutinous rice and it tastes the best when served with kaya. No doubt, it is also in the list of easily recognized kueh as it is in a bright blue marble hull, which is the signature color of this kueh. Pulut Tatai is bright blue in color because it is colored naturally by using butterfly pea flowers, which is good for human health. It is also a symbolic kueh for traditional Nyonya wedding and must be served in every Peranakan wedding. Other than this, there are still many interesting facts and delicious food which I can't manage to fit it all in this video. Back to the aim of this video. Nowadays, the Peranakan population has become lesser and Peranakan culture is fading away as years pass by. I personally love the Peranakan culture very much and I hope that I can help to prevent the extinction of the Peranakan culture by sharing more information about these unique races and culture to more people and gather more strength to preserve the Peranakan and its culture together. So, hope that you guys will have more interest to know more and explore the Peranakan culture after watching my video. I don't mind to be your guide if you ever visit to Malaysia and wishing to learn more about Peranakan culture. Thank you for watching my video. Until we meet again.